The topic of quality assurance is a fundamental pillar in project management. Fundamental is absolutely something that it has to be taken with the most careful attention, consideration, and commitment. We know that generally anything that we do, it has to comply with a certain quality. We want to be perfect in anything we do. In project manager is nothing less than that principle. When we starting a project, we don't want to start a project thinking how it is going to end up, how it is going to be. Not at all. It doesn't work like that. When we're starting a project, we are absolutely sure that it's going to work, that it's going to be perfect. No doubt in our mind. So most of us can see, not you, all of us, most of us can see how much we struggle at the end of a job, at the end of a project, anything it is, to start now scratching our heads and asking ourselves why we are struggling so much, why we didn't achieve what we ought to achieve. And then we all going to try to grab solutions of something that it doesn't have a solution. In project management, when something doesn't work to expectations, most of the time it has to be redone. Now take a window in a car, in a house. You're building a house and now you're putting a window in the wrong place. And you realize when that window is built and the room is plastered and painted, that now you find out that you don't have 2 meters from the corner. Therefore, you cannot accept it. What are you going to do? How are you going to fix it? Can you see? And why that has happened? Because you didn't have in place a quality management system, method, that you would have verified that that window was out of place right at the time that it was built, and to fix it would have been a minor problem, you see. Now, in order to achieve the result of our effort that I've just explained, it is a process that starts well at the beginning of our undertakings. We need to have in place what we call a methodology of quality assurance. How are we going to verify and to ensure that along all the phases of progress of our project, we are going to be sure that at each and every stage we achieve what we want to be the end result, which is satisfactory to all of us, which satisfies the requirement of compliance, which, depending on the cases, satisfy all the tests that we have to undertake in order to have achieved the standard that was prescribed, and then to have no headache, to have no problem, to have a peace of mind. Now, when I'm talking about the process of quality assurance, I'm talking about something that it requires really a total commitment. It requires that the project manager is in charge of the project, that he's got the authority to do what he has to do. He's got the experience to know what it is expected of him or her. You can see how many factors they are contributing positively or negatively to the quality assurance that we require to achieve. I don't have to tell you too many things to convince you that if you have chosen the wrong project manager at the beginning, you will have a problem all along, and your job will never get finished, and you will always find excuses and stories why things are not happening. Meanwhile, you are putting your trust on something that is not trustworthy. You didn't choose the right person to handle your project. So, can you see how important it is? Now, if you would have chosen the right person, the right professional through your selection process, then that person would have known that at the time of tendering, at the time of selecting your supplier or contractors or subcontractor, whatever the case might be, it is got to be clear what is going to be required. And the quality assurance methodology statement, it has to be part of the tendering process, so that there are no surprises all along the way. It is going to be known what test the work in progress has to satisfy, what tests, one after the other, in order to achieve the quality that we are expecting. Imagine if you have to put concrete, if you have to mix concrete in your foundation, if you're building a house, and then you have to put your hope that concrete is going to be compliant to support the weight of your walls and the roof and the house all itself. How can you work like that? When before you mix the concrete, you add what is called the mix design, that is done by professional engineers to ensure that when you're making your concrete, when you're mixing your concrete, you are achieving the strength that is required, provided you do it according to the mix design. So there is no risk whatsoever. Yes, you still have to test it, because that is part of proceedings. You mix the concrete, you put it in your foundation, and then you provide the tests to ensure, because you need document in the file to prove that you have tested it and it passed the test. But it is just a formality. You know that the test will pass if you have done that concrete according to the mix design that was provided to you by the structural engineer. So now that all these proceedings, they are very well into the method statement that it is prescribed at the time of tender. This is what we require. Show me that you know what you have to do in order to guarantee 100% that you will achieve the quality that we require. Then obviously you got different stages of ensuring that the quality is following, depending on the project. Obviously, the projects are not all the same, so you need to give it, put it into the context. The whole project has to be put into context. Sometimes into context. Sometimes you can have 3 stages of quality assurance, 4 stages, 5 stages, 6 stages. In a serious project, you can have as many as 6, 7, 8 stages of quality assurance. And all these stages, they have to be comply with the right checkings, with the right verification that you are achieving. Before you move to the next stage, all the previous one, they have satisfied the requirements. So that is what we stand for, quality assurance. There is no cutting of corners here. There is no tolerance for anything less than perfection, 100%. And that is what we stand for. In our programs, our customers, they learn and they appreciate fully all the effort that it takes stage by stage in order to achieve the quality required. And when you put this into context of everything that we see around us, you will understand how important it is to have project managers which are knowledgeable, which are professional, which are experienced enough to carry out the projects, the developments, to the satisfaction of all the parties and ultimately of the stakeholders, the community, and so forth. Thank you.